We come upon a colony on July 1st, 3:30. It's civilian. Well, well, a bit behind the lines, comfortably so. As Jamie,
Mhm.
the task force has currently been given 4 day shore leave. What do you
All right.
do with this free time you've suddenly been given?
Honestly, he's probably most excited about being able to like go for a run under actual like gravity rather than having to use the damn hamster wheels, as that's his like preferred hobby, and that is very difficult to do aboard ship. And would presumably be pestering other parts of the flight to join him on that, since he's started dragging Jeanne along for like early morning runs aboard the Greg Bays.
John, would you join in?
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's already become a bit of a, part of her routine. Wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and then go running and then go make coffee for Philippe and then do her usual
The rest
stuff.
of your
So
job?
the rest of my job.
I see, I see. What kind of neighborhoods are you trying to run in, Jamie?
Uh, Probably as close to like a park or anything like that you could find, to be honest. If you're going to, uh, have 4 days leave where you're not stuffed inside a tin, you can try and find the closest to open horizons that you can, which is kind of impossible in a colony, but you do the best you can.
That you do. Jamie, Jean, I would like you to regain 1 mind health. Or you may test to increase your athletics.
Regained 1 mind health or test to.
Improve
Okay,
athletics.
I'll take the mind health.
I'll try it through the athletics.
She's got a 4 in athletics.
Is
Hey, thank God
is
for
this
that quick learner or fast learners. Rolled a 1, then a 5.
is this a thing you are dragging the rest of the crew on as well, or
He would have probably asked everyone and I don't know, been what's the word I'm looking for here? What needle them if they'd said no? Like, well, why not?
I I have this vivid image in my head of the two of you relatively fit up in front, and then camera panning back, Emmett trying to keep up with you. I don't
Horrible
care about
call.
the benefits at all of any of this. I have that image vividly in my head. What's your what's your athletics, Jamie?
As of a second ago, 5.
Yeah, Emmett's at started at 1. He's at 2 now.
Two
Jamie,
fast people.
Yeah.
you see Emmett starting to lag behind. As you know, you're walking along the concrete paths of this green and pleasant park.
Uh, he'll probably just like jog in place until like Emmett eventually catches up, and then try and match pace with his significantly slower one.
His flagging jog, I would
Yeah.
say. What is this? Mile 3?
Yeah, only 3 to go.
You actually
3 to
want to.
go?
I feel like the instant
Oh my,
response is, "What's a mile?"
you're right.
Oh,
What is
right.
this kilometer for?
This has to be like Like, we have to be halfway done, right? And we're like 10 steps away from the base.
It's the real SpongeBob spends an hour to write the letter T moment.
I mean, I normally joke that it can't be that bad with athletics too. Honestly, it's probably not far.
It's not
It's like
great.
kilometer for Jamie like checks. It's like 1.5. Sure. Like in his typical completely unconvincing lie.
You know, if you just believe it hard enough.
Yeah.
You do this every morning?
Every morning.
It's a great way to start the day.
It really gets your blood pumping.
I can't decide if I should hop on the bandwagon or never do this again if I can help it.
Well, it gets easier every time you do it.
I'd hope so. It can't get much harder.
Oh, it could be harder. We could give you weights.
What?
Jamie like rummages around in his backpack and like pulls out a brick. Yeah.
You have a brick in there?
But you have to keep it challenging somehow.
You're crazy. Not in a bad way. But that's not normal.
Fair enough. He just kind of looks pensive for like a too long period of time before coming to an answer.
Just bear with it, Emmett. You'll get
Alright.
used to it in no time.
Well, we're halfway done, so I guess
Jeanne looks
keep
at
going.
her. Jeanne looks at her watch and her face grimaces a little. She looks up at Jamie, sees him looking at her with presumably a face of like, it's fine. It just like, they both know that this isn't the usual length they'll be running, but I guess it's fine since they have a beginner with them, so they can go a little lighter than usual today.
Half is not a strictly strict, what's the word I'm looking for here? Approximate term in this case. Ow!
You okay?
Jamie stubs his toe. I presume it's his cats again. It's his cats again.
Mauled by a
Street cat?
yeah.
Sorry.
Mauled by a stray.
They like to sit on my shoulders of my chair while I play like a pair of fucking dipshit gargoyles. And they both panicked for no discernible reason at the same time and just sprinted across me with their claws out.
Ouch.
If both of your cats panic for no discernible reason, I think something's wrong.
Well, I think it's because one of them did, and therefore that's a reason to panic.
You spook one buffalo and suddenly there's a stampede on.
Exactly. Sorry about
It's a
that.
buffalo. I'm from space.
Anyways, Jamie, Jeanne, Emmett, as you're walking along, you see some very friendly waves.
Wow. How...
What's with the evil laugh?
I have no idea what the evil laugh is, and I can guarantee Weaver has even less of an idea.
There we go. No, that was out of character.
Who are the waves coming from?
The locals. They seem to like you. You do get a few comments as you're walking back because, you are in PT gear. Go kill some Reds, give them bloody nose, so on and so forth.
Seems we're quite popular in this colony.
Emmett, as you're walking through the neighborhood to, loop back on the park, someone throws you a tangerine.
this like I probably asked this before, but like this is not a food I'd never have had, right?
It, it's a luxury. Let's just put it like that. It's for special occasion. You can get it, but it is more expensive, so it's
Yeah. Okay.
uncommon.
I think that before he gets a tangerine thrown to him, Emmett sort of like looks pensive at some of the comments, but can't help but be appreciative, and it's apparent on his face of receiving a token of appreciation such as this, and probably peels it sort of as they jog or walk and starts splitting it into thirds. Offering a third to each of the other two.
Jay will accept.
Jeanne will accept.
And as you accept, Jamie, Jeanne, Emet, you notice lots of posters for the Federal Service Organization show that's happening in Colony. It seems Micah Mitchells, a Lunan Idol, is putting on a concert. All right. And as soldiers, you have free admission.
Does it say it on the poster?
You got a slip like 2 days ago about it.
Oh.
Oh, that must be the thing they're expecting us all to go to.
Jeanne kind of, scratches her chin a bit. She says, I can't say I've ever been very familiar with that type of music.
Really? I mean, it's from further down well, and you're from further down well.
Maybe it was the rural nature of my colony. We were a lot more homebodied.
Do you know anything about this kind of music, Jamie?
No, can't say I've ever listened to it. And he'll like rummage in his pack for his like, Walkman equivalent.
Yeah. We tape players definitely existed, so there's definitely some sort of futuristic music player, futuristic by 80 standards.
Futuristic, parentheses, early iPods.
Wow.
You don't even need to put in a new thing to like get new music. You just need to bring it to the computer.
Whoa. This
Whoa,
is
indeed.
Incredible.
The name, I mean, I probably saw that when I think I've seen it before, when I was repairing somebody's player. L-pop, I think. I'd like to look at the poster and see what time the show is at.
It's a 7:00 start p.m. The poster is, one of those fancy hollow ones. It is in fact moving.
Look at that! Isn't that something?
Bishop.
Yes, John.
Jeanne is thinking, and she says, should we attend then? I mean, we were given slips about it, and apparently it is free for us. It would be a little rude to just not go.
I suppose.
I don't know. I don't think I have anything better to do aside from hole up in the hangar and work on the Thornburn.
Oh. 7 o'clock. It's perfect. We can fill the rest of our day. Just in time to go for another run and then check that out.
Another run.
Well, yeah, I have free time. I'll get 2 in.
Can you feel it? The call to the plot?
The only thing that Emmett's feeling right now is the burn.
That's right. Keep running, white boy. But yes. Jeanne will just nod and she says, I'll let the major and the captain know as well. They could use some time off. I'll inform the others as well if they've forgotten.
You know, I think you're right. They could use some time away from their desks.
Cut to Nora at her desk, looking at a fucking, a pistol with a shadow over her eyes, and she's just like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my...
Yes, speaking of that, Nora, what are you doing back on the Greg Mays? Probably, I presume. As you went into
Nora's
the colony.
sitting at her desk. Nora's sitting at her desk, cleaning her pistol.
Of course.
So I wasn't half off.
Including her sword. Just her usual when she's not thinking about things.
Roll to improve motor.
Or so. All right, motor has been improved.
Huzzah. What do you think about this whole show business?
Corporate dribble.
Corporate dribble.
Nora would never watch any of it.
I see. What do you think about the fact that it looks like a lot of the crew is gonna go?
Philippe said I can't say these.
Huh?
Philippe said I can't say these things.
Well, Philippe said that about the crew. I go mine am asking.
Undisciplined fools.
I see. Well, if Nora Callaghan was admiral instead, what would Nora suggest for R&R then?
For R&R, definitely not that.
Time at the range. Some
Yeah.
combat drill.
I'm gonna be honest, it would probably be like, oh, this is R&R. It's just training under a different name.
Look, guys, you're doing a bench press, except I took off a 1 extra pound off the scale. Isn't that such a treat?
Or likely it would end up being like group exercises, like things that the groups can do together, but not that relaxing.
I see.
I don't know, run yourself through half the colony, come back to me later.
Well, I have some good news for the rest of you. You already
Sorry.
fulfilled that.
Sorry, I'm just...
Oh,
like...
you fulfilled that? Do it again.
Go run the other half.
While
yeah, go run the other half. You were pretty quick. I think you're not tired.
You dug this hole?
Fill it in.
Yeah, fill it in. Hole filler.
While you were running around the colony, I cleaned my gun. While you were watching the Idol concert, I was doing my training regimen. And now that the Reds are at the gate, you come to me.
You come to me? Yeah, and after she's done cleaning your gun, she will run the call.
As you're leaving, Nora, you see Jamie, Jeanne, and Emet coming back in to the Greg Maze.
Nora just looks at them, having a good run.
What is the word?
I think the second lieutenant is getting used to it.
Good. What were you planning now?
We all look to each other and we all look down at the slip.
That's the worst way to spend time.
You see Banker across the room says, anything else. You could be doing anything, Jamie.
I see. Enjoy your time.
What about you?
I'm going for a run. Clear my head.
It's always a good method. Jamie will like look at Banker. What's so wrong with this music?
Nora will then be. She's going to run the call.
Jamie, you see Banker almost as if there's the cinder block moving sound effect turn to you. It's L pop.
Okay.
I mean,
Just this like blank stare of like, okay, music is music, right?
so it's from Luna and popular.
No, it's corporate.
All music is corporate. Takes a smoke of my cigarette. John doesn't do that. John.
Jeanne's smoking? Finally, we've worn her
She is-
down.
She is French.
Philippe finally got me.
Philippe-
no,
Philippe, does Philippe smoke? I feel like he would never.
I know he drinks. I don't know about smoking. Maybe when he's older. But yeah, Jean just kind of scratches her chin and she says, well, I suppose in order to get the resources and funds to put on so many shows, you would need the help of the corporate people on the moon. But if the person is writing the lyrics, then it has to account for something.
Jean, you see Banker's eyebrows shoot up. You think they write, any of them write their own lyrics.
I would think so. Isn't that what being a musician is about?
No. As far as the Lunar Group is concerned, the only thing that being a musician is about is making money. And, they have market people to figure out what makes money.
But the music itself can't be that bad, right?
I'd rather listen to a high school band play on trash cans and badly tuned guitars than go to this thing.
That feels hyperbolic. I'm gonna go check. If I wanted to download something onto my music player, I would go to like the ship's computer library thing, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go check the library. There's probably some songs on there.
Quick.
Anybody want to come with?
Jean will nod. I think I should give a listen to their music before I go.
I'm already committed. Find out what it sounds like later.
Right. Well, it's not until the evening, so I guess we've got plenty of time to change our minds or do at whatever else. I'll probably try to get some simulator time in or work on the Thornburn a bit. There's some relays I want to work on. They can be a little bit fussy in the field.
Maybe just nods approvingly at Emmett's idea of leave block is squeezing in extra training or work.
A banker looks at you and says, Jumprope, I don't know what is up with you and Drew, but you gotta get to a life outside of this place.
That'd be nice. And Emmett looks a little bit bitter. I'll see you guys later. I think the library's this way, right, John? As he sort of like heads down a hallway.
Yes, come on, follow me. And she's gonna kick a head off. I guess, well, no, we're in a colony. There's gravity. She's going to lead the way ahead of him. And also, kind of put a hand on his shoulder because he's having a bit of a time at the moment.
You probably don't know whatever that's about, but
Yeah, but I have something called human empathy.
all right. What is next? Where does the
Well,
camera go?
all that's going down. Philippe, what are you doing?
Harry?
You're there? Oh,
Oh no, got gone.
the wifey's talking. Philippe is preoccupied.
I just assume that just means Philippe is busy doing paperwork temporarily.
Oh God, there's so much paperwork. There's
I
a
guess
5 minute. There's a 5 minute unexplained scene in this episode where Philippe is just doing paperwork quietly. It's just that for 5 minutes.
Didn't
I
that
guess-
happen in Twin Peaks?
I guess like while that's going on, in the library, Emet is gonna try to download a sampling of various L-pop music, including some from Micah Mitchells.
You just
Micah-
caught on to that paradox?
Terrible.
That's great.
It's I, Stan Lee.
And do these music players have to go to headphones, or do they have tiny, crappy built-in speakers?
They have to go to headphones. So let's not get too futuristic here.
You're right. Tiny, crappy built-in speakers are 10 years down the line. Well, this should be it.
What's next? You're gonna expect it can also make calls?
Headphones in this world, they're not earbuds, right?
No, of course not.
What is this?
Can the ear cups swivel around? I mean, I feel like that's feasible, but I don't know if that fits the vision of the world.
Sure.
So with the music downloaded, Emmett is gonna turn the cups so that they're facing opposite of the way they normally are, so two people can each put an ear on one side of the headphones. Well, let's see.
And we press play.
So it's,
How is it? Actually, for real, how is the music?
So this is a slow song. Don't make me come up with a title out of my ass.
No, you don't got to.
And it's getting going. It's a love song, and the the two things that are really hammered to you is technical skill and polish. Seem to be very very high.
Well, it doesn't sound bad.
It sounds quite good. John will listen intently to the lyrics. Can I roll a keen empathy on it?
Sure.
All right, let's see if Jean is susceptible to corporate slop. That's a 2. That's a 4. She got a 6. So 2 successes. Around a 6 or a 7.
So the way you describe lyrics is good word for this, inoffensive,
Mm.
if shallow.
Mm.
What, Mecha?
Well, it's a very funny image like that you've created because she's just listening very, very intently to this.
This
Because you
nothing
got
burger song.
Jean leans back on the seat. I guess I could see where Banker was coming from. The lyrics sound nice and the song itself isn't bad, but it feels very flat. I can't exactly say I feel the writer's passion or the singer's passion.
You seem to have some pretty firm opinions about music.
Well, on the asteroid colonies, culture is something that's very important to the people. It's one of the only things we can say we own, if you understand me. Voices are the only instruments that don't cost anything, after all.
Yeah, I guess so. Emet sort of gets thoughtful for a moment. So, do you sing or play anything?
I used to sing sometimes, yes. But I wouldn't call myself a professional or anything.
Well, I don't think anybody here would. I've heard most of the crew, you know, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and assume that occasionally the crew does
Bar songs.
karaoke or something. Yeah, karaoke, that kind of
No,
thing.
no, not a karaoke. A bar song. I don't know if you know about this, Mecha, but something perhaps like "Kiss Me Goodnight, Sergeant Major," in which a bunch of drunk soldiers will scream out the lyrics in a bar together.
Having heard what most of the crew can do, I don't think you're. I'd hazard a guess to say that you're not even close to the bottom of the barrel on the ship.
Thank you, Emmett. That's very nice of you to say. Even if you're not wrong. And she kind of looks at she's also heard them screaming songs at the top of their lungs with no care for things like tone or volume
Or pitch.
or pitch or timing or anything. Sometimes they just start yelling for no reason.
So back to Philippe's office.
Actually, there's one last person in this scene who hasn't got to say much. Jamie, you're given a go at the earbud.
Okay, he listens in.
And what does Jamie think?
He doesn't. I guess he doesn't have a discerning ear. He doesn't see any problem with it. It's fine and catchy, and doesn't really know what Banker's issue was.
That's kind of where Emmett's at. It's like it's not great, but it's perfectly fine, right? It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Where's the love?
Like I wouldn't call it, I don't know, profound or anything. I don't know. Maybe it'll be different when we see it in person.
That makes sense.
And now we cut to Major Guerre, who's no longer being stopped by extraneous forces outside the universe.
Yeah, Philippe just looks up from all his paperwork, lets out a contented sigh as he finishes his work for the day.
What do you think about this whole FSO show?
Philippe looks at it and goes, all right, that's happening.
No,
Well, not my thing.
I see. Do you have any special plans for your 4 days of shore leave?
Not really. He's really just going to kind of hide away, read books, and avoid everyone else as best as possible.
I have a question, actually, speaking of books. Your discussion with Zofia, has it reignited your particular interest in literature as of late?
He has not really been thinking about it that much.
Oh?
What it says on the tin.
I see. Then, through the door comes General Kusnadi, who looks around the aviation department office to see you are the only one still in today. And it's early in the day and everyone else is not working. Just you.
He kind of looks up and says, hello.
Major, what are you doing?
I'm finishing up my work.
Are you sure you want to work today? You technically are off, you know.
Yes, and I have chosen to work.
I'm sure you have more mentally stimulating tasks than yet more paperwork.
Not particularly.
Do you require tasks to be assigned to you that are more mentally stimulated than
Not particularly, ma'am. I am perfectly content as things stand.
I see. Well, you'll be happy to know, Major, that the charges on your charges plan with Fort Wonderly has been approved by the rest of Admiralty.
Oh, that is good news. Thank you for letting me know, ma'am.
Sure, that should give the Reds a good shock when they try to make another pass at Baker's Point. Philippe, I would like you to roll me keen politics.
Alrighty. I believe that is many failures.
Ouch.
That is, in fact, 5 failures.
Ooh.
Oh, we didn't roll for points.
Nah, I'm good.
I'll roll from right now. 6. Out of 10. Yeah, so Philippe, it's been a season since, the first battle of Baker's Point. Where, the Lion of Saturn, Devers, stopped the winter offensive in its track. And, the rest of the line has been pretty quiet. So, who's to say when the next offensive will happen?
Well, that is particularly what is on Philippe's mind, in fact. After all, the Reds aren't going to be polite enough to not attack us on the day off.
Kusinani then asks, you suppose they'll use this as an opportunity to start things?
Why not? The last time we had a big get-together, they killed an admiral.
Admiral Kala is not dead.
Of course, ma'am. You understood my meaning.
I think events like these are actually very important for the morale and perception of the war effort.
I don't disagree, ma'am. They're just not important for me.
Well, have you considered, Major, that perhaps your absence can be seen in a certain light?
Oh, no. No, ma'am. Philippe kind of chuckles. It is for the best of everyone within my immediate command chain for me to be far away from leisure activities.
I presume you don't intend to make a colonel then?
Of course not, ma'am.
It's always good to know one's own limitations.
I have already been promoted far past where I should be for my age and time in service, ma'am. Any further grasping would be in poor taste.
I'm more meant within 10 years. As, a young man yourself, you still have a long career ahead of you if you so choose.
I'll likely be dead before that happens, ma'am.
She smiles. Well, I suppose not if I have anything to do about it.
As you say, ma'am.
Well, Major, I will leave you to your work.
I appreciate it, ma'am. Thank you for your understanding. And as he finishes the stack of paperwork, he decides, I'll go find books later. And he starts another stack of paperwork.
I have a question. And is Philippe a heavy coffee drinker?
Not at all. It's bad for you.
I see.
Philippe's only vices are dangerous political opinions, apparently.
And the occasional cigarette.
Fair.
Only in the sight of the men. To show camaraderie, of course. And we'll leave a Philippe for now. Nora, as you go to your bunk to get ready to go on your run. You notice Courage walking around with a big old stupid smile on her face.
Is this me again?
No, I asked Nora.
Oh,
Okay, I was like, I
Sorry.
couldn't figure out who in the command structure was getting this side quest.
I said something, but my mic was muted. Unfortunate.
I wanted to make
yeah.
sure I wasn't missing it again. I was like, I don't
Nora
know.
staring at a brick wall, just speaking.
Hey, you can say that. She doesn't do that totally.
You make it sound more make her sound more suspicious just with that statement.
Nora just looks at Courage, and what do you so happy?
Courage's eyes light up because you've given her the opportunity to geek out. She turns on a dime towards you and as Mika's in town, you know, sort of bouncing on her feet.
Nora just gives her the blank stare of like, I don't know who that is.
Come on, it's Micah Mitchells. Biggest
Nora
musician
tilts
since
her-
Kathy Roselle.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
It's funnier to me because Nora listens to classical music.
This totally makes sense in character.
What does classical mean in the context of this far in the future?
Actually, so a funny thing about that, Mecha, classical doesn't mean old even now. It is actually a very specific genre and style of music.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be real. We're feds. Even if it did mean it the other way, it would probably still mean that because it peaked in.
Because of
Although you
nostalgia.
do have terms like classical jazz now. Like genres in specific eras do get the classic
Yeah, the classic. That's what I'm
adjective
saying.
prefix attached to it.
Makes sense. Yeah, Nora sort of gives the further like tilt of the head of like she still doesn't know what that is.
Come on, aren't you gonna go to the show?
I had no plans of it.
You gotta go.
Why would you want me to go?
Have you ever seen an L-pop concert?
I've had a small look under the hood, but I don't need to worry about that.
You know, the last one I went to 3 years ago, there was enough fireworks probably to blow up a walker frame.
I'm not surprised. Based off what I've been told. Is when?
When?
When is this?
It's at 7.
All right.
At the Seaward Center. You know, by the lake.
I was plenty the train at that time.
Well, are you doing anything tomorrow?
No.
Well, man, why can't you just train tomorrow?
Nora thinks about it for a moment. She was really giving her that answer just to shove it off. Now Courage just kind of is like, oh, why don't you do
Has
this
you in a
tomorrow?
bind.
Nora sighs. Sure, I can attend.
Her smile deepens.
Why do you want me to go so badly?
Well, I was gonna try to drag along Peter. And I know you two don't get along the greatest, so I figured you could bury the hatchet this way.
Through a show. Don't
Yes.
want to attend.
Yes, ma'am.
At that moment, I can imagine almost like a looking at the camera. Nora just says simply, "Okay."
Smiles. We're gonna leave at 5. I have the bus. We're gonna leave at 5 to catch the bus. I was planning on getting some drinks beforehand.
I will be there, Courage.
See you there, ma'am.
Right. And then Nora walks off. Nora's basically just thinking to herself, did I just get tricked into watching this dumb show?
Yes. That you did.
Courage, out of all people.
You're never gonna live that down.
She's gonna stare into the mirror longer than usual.
Oh, is this a regular
Fucking-
occurrence? I just imagine Nora and her daily planner just has 5 minutes just dedicated to disassociating.
I
Basically,
can't wait for us to go to the concert, and camera's gonna pan to Nora, and Nora's just gonna be doing the fucking American Psycho fucking stare. As the camera zooms in on her face.
Sitting next to Peter, who's dying.
for only a split second, there was a singular frame of Nora choking Peter.
Like fucking like Elgheim with the fucking split second frame Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Just
Possibly, we'll see.
Just fucking explosions and shit everywhere.
Now I'm
Yeah.
just imagining Nora as Patrick Bateman in the plastic raincoat, just
Stop!
pointing at the music stereo.
Hey Peter!
Stop the hate, Peter. Oh god.
Oh my god, we're even gonna be listening to pop.
Just imagine like just her going through her classical music, all of her classical music while it's playing in the background.
Increases volume.
The fucking walk that fucking Bateman does when he's fucking going to grab the axe, but it's just fucking Nora doing it.
Oh.
There's something to the line like that I feel like is applicable to L pop. That Bateman says right before the killing blow there is, it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends, and if that's not L pop, you know.
That's like an alternate timeline in which you somehow got Nora to like L pop.
Lunan Psycho.
Lunan Psycho.
Psycho.
We cannot. We could be on this all night. It's that good. But
And you're so right, Jamie. I was playing Dirt Train at that time. Looks at the wall. That's just what things she's gonna
Well,
do for times on leave.
would you
It's
look at
just
the time?
training, and then gun range. Oh, right, that's training.
Martian
What-
Psycho, where everyone misinterprets it about how cool masculinity is when it was written by a gay man.
Nora's clock is just training a clock the whole way around. Well,
Oh, except for
look
the
at
stare
time.
at the wall. Stare
But
at the mirror for a
Disassociate.
period of time. Yes, it's
Training. Stare at the mirror and think about what I've done. Training.
I don't know. Thinking about what I've done is not on the schedule ever.
It's let's think about what I've done. Think about what I am.
There is an idea of a Nora count. Anyways, to end this bit decisively. Jamie, you said you wanted to check out the other pilots?
Yeah, see what everyone else is doing, because JB has realized that he's very bad at actually planning his downtime, and he doesn't want to get yelled at by Shock for just like spending the entire leave block training, since she was mad at him for sulking last time.
In her words, like a bitch.
She definitely used those exact words.
Well, you see, let's see, Lieutenant Love, Scott, Milivov, and Carver in the hangar.
All right, he'll just wander over, see what's going on.
To which one in particular? I'll post a list so you don't have to remember on your...
Oh, thank God. I am bad with names. Let's go with Get Snow.
Lieutenant Love.
Yeah.
He seems to be working on his walker frame with the flight crew. He hasn't got... It doesn't look like he's gotten his fatigues dirty at all, though, so it doesn't look like he's been personally in the guts.
Just supervising the work, basically.
Or, checking in, that sort of thing.
Fair.
You walk over to him. Do you have anything to ask or say?
I'll just ask point blank. Plans for this leave block, Lieutenant?
Oh, hello, Lace. Actually, no, I'm remaining officer on watch.
Well, I suppose somebody had to draw the short straw.
Actually, it was Shock.
Ah, and where's Shock?
Well, she's going, and she asked me, hey, to sub in for her, which I have graciously decided to.
Fair enough.
Are you going,
Seems
Lace?
quite going. Oh, he just says going in a questioning tone.
To the concert, the FSO concert.
Yes, been talked into it, I suppose. Seems like seems like there's a fair number on board going. Just trying to determine what to do with my time ahead of that.
Well, you could try catching a bus out early and getting something to eat. I know that Side Saddle isn't going, but he is leaving now, so he doesn't have to deal with the traffic.
Fair enough. I don't imagine him to be the music type.
Actually, I didn't imagine you either.
I didn't say that I was. I just said I'm going.
Oh, why, then, if I may ask?
The rest of the flight was, or at least, the junior pilots, I guess is how you refer to The various lieutenants.
The other seconds.
Yeah. Just seemed appropriate to him.
Oh, I see. Don't get too crazy out there, or Lace. Or don't let anyone else get too crazy out there. You wouldn't want the MP. You wouldn't want to wake up in a jail cell or the brig with the MPs or the managers are breathing down your back.
I endeavor to avoid them whenever possible. Yeah, I guess the only other thing he might try and wander and catch up to Side Cell before he's gone, but that's not really anything super important that needs to be done on camera. He was just like touching base and figuring out what was going on.
And as you look around and as you run off Lace to go try to find Side Saddle, the camera pans over Emet.
Who's probably like, waist deep in the Thornburn's torso right now, I think.
I see. Drew is behind you, Emet, and Emet asks you, "How's she looking?"
Well, fine, but we haven't run into any problems with it yet, but there's some bulletins out about some reliability problems. I'm hoping to, try to get ahead of some of those issues, see if we can't. Well, we're not supposed to do this per se, but I've got some ideas about some changes we can maybe make to head off some of the problems in here.
Like what?
So these relays, right? And he'll sort of hold, a piece of electromechanical equipment out behind him. Get worn down pretty quickly in high G maneuvers. And the reason for that is that we're using electromechanical linkages between the different modular parts and the cockpit and its control system.
Yeah.
As opposed to
an integrated, in-flight computer like most traditional walker frames. Yeah. I know.
Now, the reason for that obviously is because parts of it change out, so they have to be able to, disconnect and reconnect the parts. But a mechanical linkage is inherently subject to, vibrations, wear, and especially during a high G maneuver, they're not insulated from shocks very well. So I was thinking, it's really, control data that we're worried about. And the gap could be bridged by something else instead. Where's Ribbon came with? I think that we could have essentially the data portion of this taken over by ribbon cables running with quick disconnect adapters. And that would be, it would take a little bit longer to change out the parts because we'd have to route the cables through each time. But in flight, we would have to worry a lot less about reliability issues.
Did you talk to Sergeant Dundrum about this? One of your flight mechanics.
I'm still kind of working the idea together. I'm just taking a look in there now. And he sort of like clunks the linkage back into place, and there's the sound of a ratchet.
Because I don't think they want us making our own ace custom before we're an ace. Or without telling them what we're changing.
What did you say the character's name was, real quick? Director?
Sergeant Dundern.
Well, I think I'm at about the stage where I can actually present some kind of plan to the sergeant. Hey, has anybody seen Dundern? He sort of pokes his
Yes.
head out.
Yes, sir. Over there, you see one of your other mechanics, sort of on the scaffolding that's been brought out because you've been brought inside the colony to benefit from gravity. Pointing over to another part of the floor where you see Sergeant Dundern taking his lunch.
I think that Emet almost goes to, because he's so used to the low gravity or zero gravity, hop over the ledge and then catches himself at the last second.
Actually, on that, I'd like you to roll me poise acrobatics.
Oh boy, okay. My target is a 4 here. I'm gonna spend a narrative point to make it a 6 instead. I got 5 left now.
Correct.
That is a 7.
It's still a failure.
That is 1 failure.
You go to jump over this thing like you have many times in your life, Emet. And ooh.
That doesn't sound good.
You see as you jump off and Emin looks over to you. You do your little hop to lightly cross the app that this thing creates. These 3 metal bars in front of you. And then you start suddenly falling towards the floor. And, your side feels Emin's arm try to catch you, but only hitting your back before you pretty much fall straight to the floor. Face first.
Oh! Ah! How tall was this fall?
How tall are you?
He's hold on, I actually have this written down. He's 5'11".
It's 5 feet 11 inches or so. Maybe
Okay.
6'1".
That's not terrible.
It still would hurt.
It would still hurt. We're not in broke. Well, okay. If it were higher gravity, it might be broken arm territory. But thankfully. Oh, I forgot about the gravity. Oh,
Are you okay?
everything except my dignity, and my nose. Ugh.
Oh yeah, you see Emin get out a rag and puts it on your face.
Thanks.
As your nose is starting to bleed.
Oh, I think I landed right on my face. Ugh. Ugh, how bad is it?
Well, you weren't burning any. Well, you weren't pulling anyone anyway, so.
Thanks, that's so reassuring.
Well, it's like nothing really changed.
I can always count on you to see the silver lining, huh? Oh,
I see what's there. Although,
thanks.
try not to ruin your face with any more leaps of faith, Leap.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna live this one down. Ugh. Hey, Thunder, give me just a minute. any sort of like if there is any kind of I guess the only thing he'd really have this on him are like earplugs, but he's gonna stuff his nose up.
Tissue paper and dreams.
Do we have tissue paper? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
Okay, so he gets
It's
a
1982. That's a normal thing.
yeah, he gets a couple of tissues and sort of stops his nose up before sort of shaking his head and heading over to where Dundurn is at.
Sir, do you need to go to medical?
I think it'll be fine. It should probably stop, I think.
If you
Just,
say so, sir.
Not used to being in haggers with gravity. So I was hoping you could take a look at this, and he's going to sort of pull out some plans he's been drawing up for improvements to the Thornburn, and my aim here mechanically is to either tune it or to work on sort of making it not unreliable.
Okay, I'll say this to you. You can give yourself one tuned, or you can and work towards making it not unreliable.
Let's work towards it, because that's a more interesting. Having it be a process is interesting to me.
I see.
Is there a role I should make here?
No, just note this down that you're 1 out of 3.
All right. Notes.
Like on your character sheet would probably be a good spot.
Scroll enter, yeah.
Or maybe your inventory, one or the other.
Yeah,
You know,
1
something
out
like
of 3.
And so,
I'm just going to my notes section right here.
Sergeant Dundurn says, I don't see anything mechanically wrong, at least trying to wire up something like this, sir. I would have to talk with Lieutenant Senior about final approval.
Yeah, if you could. I wouldn't normally ask this of you, but I should get this at least given the all clear eventually before I do anything else, probably.
Plus, we'd have to go find enough wiring.
Well, I figure it's probably compatible with the wiring from a Heavybury or a Bradbury. The control interface is a little bit different, but the control buses are the same. The sockets should fit the same wiring. I think we might be able to do it with spares.
The thing is, this would make most of our current parts of the Thornburn obsolete. And we're carrying around all that extra mass for nothing.
He sort of gives a shrug. I'm not in logistics.
I'll have some of the boys take a look over see if we can't double check your work.
All right. Thanks. I'm gonna go to the med bay. And he's gonna go do that. As he makes his way. Emet, have you heard a bunch of the other people in the flight are going to some kind of show later?
Wow. I didn't know that.
What, you asked Emin?
Yeah, have you, he's asking if she's heard that some people are going.
Yes, I'm aware. I heard Jumprope. I don't live under a rock.
He sort of, it's been a few minutes. He is going to remove the wadding because I don't feel like doing the voice anymore. Ugh, ugh, ugh. You ought to come with us. Otherwise, your only company is going to be the Major, I think, and maybe Captain Callaghan too.
You know, at the word Captain Callaghan, there's a brief moment of, I wouldn't say disgust, but grimace at the thought of being stuck on the ship with her.
Besides, we've been apparently accused of not having a life outside of the Thornburn. So,
I don't have a life outside of the Thornburn.
I'll put it this way: I don't think I've ever. Does Emmett know what Emin does for fun?
No, you have yet to ask.
I don't think I've ever seen you doing anything that I might describe as a hobby.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
She
Enlighten me.
she stuffs her hand in her pocket, pulls out a little notepad, and presents it to you. You see me writing on this thing all the time.
Uh, Emmett is gonna sort of try to gauge what's written in this notepad.
It is all in Bosnian.
Oh, I know that.
I cannot read that.
It's poetry.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Okay. What about?
Well, this one's about your bloody nose, so
Ah, so happy to provide a muse for you.
you always do.
Well, technically everybody on the ship is invited, I guess, but you might as well come along with the rest of the flight.
I thought everyone on the colony was.
Yeah, I guess, but we've got passes, so.
Isn't there like basically an combined task force in colony? And that's
Something
not
like that.
and that's not including like the two drop regiments here as well.
Well,
And there's the
either way,
colonial garrison.
uh, you get to pick your company for this evening. Captain Callahan, or I think at this point it's Weaver, Chevalier, and myself who are planning on going. So,
Hmm. I didn't take powder for the L pop type.
well, I think most of us are curious what it actually is like. What about you? Are you a fan?
Fuck no.
Well, you know what? At least there'll be a spectacle, one way or another. I think the show's at something like 7, and the bus leaves here at around 5. So, I'll be there.
Well, someone has to keep you out of trouble. You know, she points at your face, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. You have to read me that poem about my bloody nose later.
Well, I could do it right now as the fool falls down yet again. That's the first thing I've
Uh,
come up with so far.
I feel like that's a good place to sort of pull the camera back to wherever it goes next.
Jeanne,
Yes.
what are you
Yes.
doing to fill in the time?
That's a great question. I think she's probably just kind of writing letters home, describing the current situation. You know, it's been a minute since she's done that. She's currently in the back line for leave, which is why she has time to write this letter to the folks back home. But she doesn't know how long it will be until eventually the enemy forces will make their push upon Baker's Point and their main defense point. She tells them about how they're going to be seeing a Lunan J-pop concert or a Lunan pop concert soon, and how listening to it they doesn't really remind her of the music back home. They're more folk songs, I guess it would be fair to say.
Actually, a lot of
But
them are hymns. So, either
yeah, like
church
him.
hymns or, labor hymns.
It's very energetic, very
Well, it's actually very
free.
communal because for
Yeah,
those in the audience who don't know, whoever listens to us, songs like these are sung what's called Baptist style, where
yeah,
the main singer sings one line, the audience sings another, and then you sing it together.
yeah. What I was meaning to say is, like, compared to the hymns of home, the L pop sounds a lot more energetic, but for some reason sounds less free than their hymns. That makes sense. Still, it should prove to be a experience, if anything. Hopefully, the artist behind it, what was it, Micah Moomins? What was the name again?
Micah Mitchells.
Micah Mitchells. I don't know where I got Moomins from. Uh, that
Call it
Micah
my
Mitchell.
moment.
True. Micah Mitchells, but maybe she'll be able to tell them what it was like when she can rewrite another letter, and she'll just kind of pack it up and send it to the post office as she counts the hours down.
I see. And you all start to congregate at a bus. A bus stop
Wow.
to leave, to go into the city. Jamie, Jeanne, Emet. You're sort of milling about, making small talk as you do.
I have a quick question.
What?
This is evening now, and I was curious: is this an open type colony or a closed type one?
It's an open.
Interesting. So, at this time of night, the those lights in the city overhead might be indistinguishable from the stars in the sky out of the window.
Yes. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Japanese concert, but there is a certain kind of getup.
They got T-shirts and they got the headbands on with the light sticks on them.
Yes, and I think it's a kimono that they don't they wear open on top.
I think it's more yukata in this case rather than a kimono.
Yeah, something to that effect. And you see
Is
Courage all decked out in their cities.
And Jean's looking around at these people, and she says, "Is this some sort of common communal wear for these types of events?
Are we supposed to be wearing that?
We're not offending anyone, are we?
No, no, no. And, behind Courage, you see Peter and Captain Callaghan. We're both getting dragged around like wet cats.
Uh-oh.
Peter looks like he's about out. He looks like he's suffering at the thought of it.
Nora has like a blank expression on their face.
And the bus arrives. And, you all start to get on it. And as you take your seats down, Jean, the camera lingers on Jean on the window seat, taking a look outside on the road. And as downtown essentially passes you by, suddenly the eye catch plays, and we'll meet back for part 2.